Happy Monday. Thanks for clicking on Sunrise Extra with us as we pull up our live stream so we can see your comments coming. What was he doing, dancing?
Yeah, he was. He was like, woo!
I know. It's such good music. I love that. So today we are talking about how did you spend that glorious, warm and sunny weekend. Give it to us, Did you barbecue? Did you do some yard work? What did you guys do? Rod, what did you do, Mr. Weatherman?
Played a little golf, of course, and then a lot of time in the backyard. And then also we live near Salmon Creek or Klein Line Park area, which is a big outdoor space, and took our dog down there a couple times over the weekend. A lot of people out walking, enjoying. Nice. It was 84 out at the airport on Saturday. That broke the record, 81. It was 83 yesterday, not a record, but the first 80-something degree temperatures of the year, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Rod, I did what you did.
You did?
I played golf.
Oh my goodness, where? Where'd you go?
We were at Hawks Prairie in Olympia.
Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful course. You could see the Olympics, the mountain ranges out in the distance. It was glorious.
Is that in the town? Like it's not very far off the interstate?
Yeah, it's not very far off the interstate. It was probably, I don't know, 15 minutes from where Jeff's parents live. Yeah.
Beautiful, huh?
Really nice.
Hawks Landing?
I'm still terrible. Hawks Prairie.
Hawks Prairie.
Yeah.
Hawks Prairie, okay.
I'm still terrible at golf.
But you said they were impressed that you've gotten better, right?
Yes, they are a big golfing fan.
Was your back a little sore? My back
No,
was
you know what? That's so funny. That's what is interfering with my golf game. I keep tweaking something. It was like, but after doing 18 holes in the sun, my back was all back to normal.
You didn't wake up the next day with your back sore?
I'm always sore.
Not today?
Yeah, me too, Nina.
It's just a weird way to move,
Yeah. Well, we're probably overexerting ourselves, right, Rob? We're trying to get too much into it, and we're really just yanking our backs.
Just stay seated at all times.
Stay in the cart.
That's how I feel. I was like saying 18 holes. It's too long for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like good for 6 holes, and then I want to do something else.
You can drive the cart.
Yeah. That's what they always say, and then I do, and then I get bored, and I'm like, it's sunny, I guess I'll have a beer off the cart.
There you go.
And then you start day drinking, and you're just like, it's too,
I haven't heard that term in a long time.
Day drinking?
Day drinking.
We just had it on the Drew and Use episode last Friday.
Oh, that's
the guy down at the waterfront said his favorite activity in the warm weather was day drinking.
Yeah.
But the other part of that story was the part that I remember. When
they said you were the best?
Weatherman.
Oh, yes.
A 10.
Everyone loved them some Rod Hill last week with all that sunshine. Now, Rod, can I go back just for a moment? You said something this morning on the Sunrise TV show that I said, wait a minute, that cannot be true. And I know you said it more than once, so it probably is true.
The stretch of 8 clear days in a row?
The stretch of 8 clear days in a row, a first for April in at least the last 22 years, you said.
Yeah.
But then you said it's something we haven't even seen in July or August in a number of years.
With no clouds.
Well, so I very meticulously went through my own record book, which starts in April of '99. That's when I started working in Portland. And I went through, because I thought this is really unusual to have this many clear days in April in a row. And sure enough, the next was in April. They had 5 straight days in a row. Never found one going back to 2020 that had 8 straight days in a row.
Okay.
And then while I was doing this, just to be clear, Drew, I was kind of eyeballing, I wasn't meticulous, but I was kind of eyeballing the months of July, August, and September. And I, in fact, did not see a stretch of 8 consecutive from start to finish clear sky days, even going back to 2020. And I remember thinking when I started this that we really honestly don't get this many clear sky days at any time of the year, ever. We just don't.
It doesn't mean it rained in that stretch of days during July or August.
Could be a marine layer.
Got it.
Could be some high clouds coming in the evening.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying.
What did you do, Drew?
As you were talking about, I'm like, my gosh, I cannot think about Saturday. Like, I can't remember what I did. It's just kind of, and now I'm getting concerned. Is there something wrong with me? Why can't I remember 48 hours
You got
ago?
old this weekend.
What the heck?
Yeah, you are older than you were on Friday.
Seriously. I know there were hours of the day. What the heck did I do?
You boys had baseball, didn't they?
No, they didn't have the baseball. That's easy. But I know what I did yesterday. What are those trees that a lot of people grow along their fence line? They provide
Arborvitae?
Thank you.
Yes.
We had some of those in our backyard, just in a kind of a small stretch where the fence ends, but the other neighbor's property still
like a
can
privacy
see.
kind of screen.
Yeah,
almost,
they have like a basketball court on the other side of those that we could never see before. But we can see it clear as day now because during that storm in February, I think there was probably 6 arborvitae there, or 6 or 7. They all came down. So we cleared them out, but there's still like stumps left, and it looks pretty terrible. And we're not sure what the heck we're going to do with that spot. But I was successful in removing one of those stumps yesterday.
By digging it out?
Really impressed my wife.
Pick an axe? I mean, a pick, or what'd you
No,
do?
my foot, Rod. I had boots on, and I just kind of worked. I kept sticking it that one way and the other, and I was kind of working
Talk
with my
about throw your
arms.
back out.
Yeah, you're talking about it. And I was moving it, shaking it, got it out, and I put it in the yard debris bin, like boom. And I called my wife out. I said, "Hey, come on, I got to show you something. Look, how'd you do that?"
It's like, oh, great. Now do 6
I just flexed. I did it like this. That was yesterday. I remember that. I cannot remember Saturday.
blocked it out.
Alan said he also did some yard work, had a barbecue, and enjoyed the sunshine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tina Carlson said Hag Lake was packed, beautiful day.
Eric Smith, I cleared brush along my road this weekend. It's all about, yes, fire prevention.
Oh.
Good job.
Yeah.
Catherine Rouse says both kids played soccer. We start my daughter's little first soccer class today, so she's pretty excited about that.
Jake Mo said did some reading on my front porch.
Nice and relaxing. Yeah.
I just remember what I did Saturday.
What was it? Nothing fun?
It was nothing fun, but I changed an outlet in the downstairs bathroom. It was one of those ones that you can like dim it.
Oh, yeah.
And it broke, I guess. It used to be like a button you would push and the light would come on. And then you could move this thing up and down to dim the light. I don't know why we need a dimmer in the bathroom. I pretty much want full light whenever I go in there.
You want some atmosphere. I don't know.
Really? But the button snapped, so it was broke for like 2 weeks. Me was like, "Are you going to fix that?" So I did. And I'm always happy when I get like electrical work done and I don't hurt myself or kill myself.
Yeah, I don't do electrical work.
So I did. I had that thing out. Wires were pointing every which
breaker
direction.
off,
I got another dimmer in there, and it works perfectly fine. So that's how I spent 19 hours on Saturday.
There you go. Jer Martin, I like this. Nina, you can relate. He says cruising along the beach. You went to
It
the
was
beach.
incredible. Yeah, we were over at Cannon Beach. It was our 12th wedding anniversary. And so, you know, I don't know, 2 months ago, we booked kind of this weekend at Cannon Beach. You never know what the weather's going to be like. It was like Southern California out there. Tons of people out on the sand, umbrellas, music. I mean,
laying on
like
blankets?
hot weather. Yeah, everyone was I mean, you could be in swimsuits and you had to make sure to put sunscreen on. It was hot in the sun and very little wind.
Didn't you ask me 2 months ago about your anniversary? I said, go to Cannon Beach. It'll be sunny and 75.
Want credit for that one too. It was great. It was wonderful. I mean, even in the morning, like we would walk to breakfast, at like 9 in the morning, and you think like, okay, Oregon coast is going to be chilly. No, it was like hot and warm and comfortable right from the get-go.
Beautiful.
That is pretty cool.
Ronnie, you have to say more because we have a one on the stream saying I live on the coast and it was foggy, foggy, foggy. We were hoping for some nice warm weather. Never happened.
Not
Ronnie,
on Saturday?
where do you live?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I
You
know
gotta tell us.
yesterday the coast was quite a bit cooler, and today there will be spots fighting to hit 50 again.
But
Yeah, that marine layer, you could see it was coming in yesterday, and you definitely needed a sweatshirt or something.
Saturday,
on, but-
most of the beach was clear when I looked. Yeah.
Are you saying, Nina, your like sunny Southern California experience was Saturday or yesterday or both days?
Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
Got it.
incredible.
Johnson says I went rock hounding.
I saw that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I used to love collecting rocks as a kid.
Yeah.
Courtney Willingham on YouTube. Thanks for weighing in. She says a complete accomplishment work weekend. She did outdoor spring cleaning. She worked in the garden, got those icky rubbish bins cleaned out.
Yeah.
Sunday was church and family fun in the sun. That's awesome, Courtney. It sounds like a great weekend.
And then Renee Robertson said we had a fabulous weekend at Black Butte Ranch, and she ran into former KGW anchor Carl Click.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love Black
living the
Butte.
dream life over there.
Yeah.
Does he live there now?
He lives over there
Oh, he
full
does?
time now. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he figured it out, didn't he?
Yeah, no kidding. Sheila Speck, she says she drove up to Mount St. Helens yesterday.
Okay.
Wanted to see how much snow's left and how far we could get, so she got up to Coldwater Lake. I have never been up to Mount St. Helens, and I really would like to go.
Never, ever?
absolutely-
Not to Johnston Ridge? Nothing?
I've never been even in the area at all. I would love to do
wow.
that hike. You have to get like a permit or sign up or something, right? To hike up it?
Maybe the hike, yes, but you can go to the observatory,
And just
obviously,
see
and just check it
everything.
out.
Yeah.
it's a
Yesterday, as we
marvelous
were
day.
driving back from Olympia, the views of both Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens were as good as I've ever seen them. absolutely beautiful. You could see
Yeah.
Hood as we got closer to Portland too. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's one thing I have not stopped appreciating, because I can tell you, growing up on the East Coast, we did not have mountain views like that. You just didn't. We had the ocean. You know, it was an hour drive down to Atlantic City and to check out the beach, and we had the Pocono Mountains that you could go to and enjoy, but you didn't see a huge mountaintop like a Hood or a Rainier in your case this weekend, Brenda, like sticking out for all to see. And it is really, you know, depending on what neighborhood you're hanging out in over the weekend, you look to the east or the west, and oftentimes you can see those beautiful mountains.
Yeah.
Kidding, that is a live look up at Timberline right now, up at Mount Hood. Blue
Yeah,
skies.
beautiful up there.
Yeah, great time to use that
know,
ski pass if you haven't.
Amy
Yeah, so
says,
I'm just going to say, Brenda, only Timberline now remains open during the week. Meadows, so Friday, Saturday, Sundays only, and Ski Bowl only on the weekends. Go ahead, Brenda.
no, I was going to say Amy Cheng says that she did a sunset hike Friday after work. How fabulous. Hiked the wildflowers in the gorge on Saturday, hiked on Sunday.
Wow.
Couldn't have it any better.
Yeah, Renee Lopez was at Tahoe. She says it was fabulous. And I love Lake
That's Rod's
Tahoe.
favorite place.
But I have never lived anywhere in my life like here. When it's beautiful here, I don't want to be anywhere else. And if I do end up traveling and then I find out it was beautiful back at home, I was like, oh, geez, what a bummer.
Jennifer Taft went to Saturday Market. She said it was fun and the vendors were so happy to be there.
Oh, it was the first time, right? Didn't they
First time in a long time.
Yeah.
And they're only doing it on Saturdays right now. They used to be, you know, you would think, well, when else would they do a Saturday market? Well, they used to
also
do
do it on
Saturday
Sunday.
market on Sundays, but for the time being, it's only going to be on Saturdays, I believe, from 10 to 5 for the foreseeable future.
You gotta love this. Eric Smith says, my brother and a friend are coming from California next weekend. They have noticed that it will be raining in Salem when they get here. I told them it's okay. It's a dry rain.
It's a dry heat.
Yeah.
It's a dry rain.
Nice.
Weather humor on a Monday on Sunrise Extra. We're also hearing from Gene Kemp, who says, I went to a park, got lots of walks in, threw the baseball around, and had a little barbecue. I'm curious, though, when I saw the name Gene Kemp, our longtime contact at the Oregon Food Bank during our food drive was a woman named Gene Kemp. Is that you, Gene? You can chime in. Is that you, Gene? Is that you, comma, Gene with a J? Let us know. I'm just curious if that's my old friend Gene from the food bank.
Constance says, we spent our day in the garden and the yard. That's fun.
Yeah, Julie Wyatt, she hiked on Friday, and then she rode a bike on Saturday, took the kayaks out. I think that would be so great to have, a kayak and then have it so you can get it easily to the water. I always say I should do that, and we haven't. But
Just put a roof rack on the car, yeah.
well, I know. Then you have to do that. Then you got to go buy the darn thing.
doesn't wanna work for it.
Then you got to jump in it.
It's a lot of schlepping, I know. It's like a Portlandia skit.
Sharon says she drove down to the southern Oregon coast on Saturday, stopped and played on various beaches. Then Sunday drove up 138 towards Diamond Lake.
Yeah,
there you go, Rod. You saw it coming, Rod. You read the future from Sharon. And she says she stopped to do that rock hounding thing as well. A couple of rock hounds on the stream today.
Nice.
Stuck her toes in the North Umpqua River.
Julie Wyatt says, Rod, she has inflatable kayaks.
I know. Then you got to blow them up. No, I'm just kidding. It's one of those things I always say, that would be so great. I need to finally, grab the checkbook and make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while you're
Still
at
writing
it,
checks, huh?
write one for us.
I was thinking the same thing.
This weekend we got we have a 3.5-year-old who was just loving being in the sand, under the sand, sand everywhere. And so, it was the every parent's, nightmare of trying to find the sand.
Well,
in the poor hotel room.
isn't it worth it, though? Like, I don't know how many
They
hours.
had a wand in the shower, thank God.
How many hours would you say she was entertained simply by the sand on the beach?
I mean, all day we just brought lunch, out in a cooler out there, and they have that. I think it's like the Nicanicum River, that just flows out that all the kids love playing in and wading in and getting their little bucket of water. And oh God, there was sand everywhere.
That's awesome.
I always say the two best vacations I've ever had. My honeymoon was the first one. We went went to Hawaii in 06, and then 10 years later we went back. And it's, my second time in my life, but we brought the boys that time. And they were 9, I guess, on our 10th anniversary. And so, but yeah, it was great because it was unbelievable to me how many hours those two at 9 could just sit on the beach. They didn't even really want to go in the water.
She didn't even talk to us. It was fabulous.
Just fascinated with they literally did dig a hole to the other side of the earth. And it was cool. But they were so entertained. So to me, that's why I love the beach still, because it just how they
She was just out there talking to herself, and there was another little girl nearby, and they kept digging together, and I just got to lay there in the sun. It was, it's like the best.
I mean, Rod, you don't really find many times on the Oregon coast where it's warm with no cold breeze.
No, that's true. I mean, when you get an east wind pattern, that's when we have that. And again, in the summer, it can be 85 in Portland and 85 at the beach if the east winds are strong enough. But to your point, Brenda, those days are far and few in between. Susan Decker said here's the other side of the coin. She stayed inside hiding from the pollen, and boy, I can relate to that.
Girl.
So I hope your pollen season gets over quickly for you, Susan.
And Amy says went fishing in Long Beach on Saturday, went kayaking in Lacamas on Sunday. It's a good weekend. Willie Huey, good morning to you. Seattle is the most beautiful city in the U.S. 4 days a year. LOL. It's gorgeous up here. Rainier is crazy impressive. Pleasant on the water. You never get this in April.
Yeah, pretty rare. Yeah, absolutely.
I can hear people talking in the background there, Rod, in the newsroom. What's the conversation there?
They're saying, does Drew still work here? I'm like, yeah, he does.
What the heck? Why did I ask?
Courtney Willingham on YouTube says, remember when you go to the beach, bring baby powder. Any stuck sand on your feet or elbows or hands? That wasn't the problem, Courtney.
Geez.
It wasn't on the feet or the hands. That will come off with baby powder, but that's a great idea.
Really? Baby powder?
She was walking around like on the beach, like all bow-legged for the chafage happening. And so we had to do like several midday wash downs for the chafage.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'll leave you with that.
Yeah, Christy Shirk, last shout out. I live in Tillamook and it was 80, at my house on Saturday.
Very believable.
Lovely.
As you're sharing that story, Nina, I'll share one real quick.
Oh, good.
That when we were in Hawaii, this has nothing to do with sand in places, but when we were in Hawaii, when the kids were 9, I do remember this one uncomfortable moment on the beach. There was a huge hole. Now someone, I imagine like bigger kids, dug this really big hole in the sand. And my kids were sort of playing in it and out of it. And they could, I mean, when they were in the hole, it was the top of the hole was like just above their heads. And they could pull themselves out of it, but it took a little effort at 9. Well, there were 2 little girls not too far from us with a mom and a dad, or 2 adults, a man and a woman. I don't know who they were, related to them or how. But anyways, the man and the woman, the adults, went into the water while these 2 girls were still behind on the beach. And one was younger than our boys, maybe 7 or 8. The other one was really younger, like 4 or 5. They were in the hole when these adults went out to the water.
Your story took too long, Rod's gone.
No, I had to get my coffee.
The older girl gets out. The little girl, like the 4-year-old's in the hole, and now she's crying because she can't get out of the hole. And I'm sitting nearby.
So then you're like, what do I
do? Like, I'm looking around. Is anyone else going to help her? And I look out. Those 2 are having a great time in the water. The 2 adults. I mean, great time.
Yeah.
Crying, getting louder. What do you do? I didn't want to pull her out because then what do I do with her?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to leave her in. I remember going over to the hole and telling her, "Hey, you're okay."
Isn't that so weird? It's like, do I interfere as another parent, or is that overstepping? I don't know.
I looked out at the water. I could see the people. I waved to them, and they waved back to me, but they didn't come in.
Great day.
They didn't. Well, it was terrible. They finally came in, and the girl was crying. I was like, "Oh, your daughter's crying." They said thanks, and that was it. That was the whole conversation.
Maybe
They wanted her in the hole.
Had been digging in the yard, and that was a problem. So they're trying to teach her a lesson.
No, I just think that was irresponsible parenting.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There you go.
You're probably right.
Stressed me out right now thinking about it again.
No, that is, we were talking about that too, Drew. It's like when you go to the park or somewhere when you become a parent, and now I'm figuring this out. It's like the awkward interactions with other parents of like if their kid, pulled your child's hair or flung sand in their face or something and the other parent doesn't notice. Do you say something to the kid? Do you,
Do you reprimand the
Super
child
awkward.
who hurt your child, even though the parent's there, but maybe the parent didn't see it, and you really want the child to be reprimanded, and it's not happening, so maybe you should step up and do the reprimanding.
This discussion took a turn. I was so enjoying all the
Did you ever have
pleasantries.
those moments though, where you're just like, why isn't that person doing something about this?
See, we're
You know?
still parenting, Brenda. I know you retired from the little kid parenting issues and you moved on.
Y'all, no.
You've got the adult parenting issues. I get that.
No.
I mean, we
Let me tell you, it only gets harder the older they get. They have big people problems. I would take a sleepless night with an infant any day.
Okay. I mean, we may or may not have a family member who just needs to be turned over their parents' knees at least once. I mean, come on. I mean, just it's amazing how they let this child talk back to them.
Yeah. Oh,
I got
okay.
you.
Grayson and
a tough
myself, we
one.
just go, oh my gosh, we can't believe it.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying your daughter needs to be spanked.
No, my daughter's very,
Yes.
She's
Little angel.
very well behaved.
yeah, she is. Very, very
Of course.
blessed.
All right, you guys. Baby powder, I took away from that conversation, and
Yeah, baby powder.
reprimanding other people's children.
Yeah.
And don't dig a hole that you can't get out of. I took that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you need your kids in there.
Or still
while you're
live by.
Goodbye, everybody.